Yeah! Another hype one for you.
Another hype one for you. Two boys back at it again.
Talk to him.
Two boys, two ninjas.
Oh.
Two strands of rope, impossible to break. Impossible to shake. Wake and bake. Shake and bake. Bacon grease, head grease, chicken grease, fish grease. Cooking with fire, nigga. Bars,
Who
nigga.
else, yo? Who else but us, yo?
Ain't
Who
nobody,
else but
nigga.
us, yo? Gaming
Nobody,
edition.
nigga.
Freestyles for you
feel
niggas
me?
on the gaming edition. Come on, man.
You feel me? What? Red fish, blue fish.
I ain't
One
never in my
fish, two
life
fish.
seen Joe Rogan kick a fucking freestyle in the intro. I'm just saying, no.
Nigga, fuck, nigga, smack that nigga head, nigga.
Open that. I'm gonna get to this blunt. I am smoking this mess. What you got in your blunt, Tom?
Right now, I am smoking on some Girl Scout cookies.
Listeners, drop down in the comment section below what you drinking. What you smoking? We don't drink here yet.
Oh, I
guess,
think my dog's smoking on something too.
What do you got?
You smoking, doggy? I'm smoking that GG right here, brother. He's smoking GG.
Why your dog sound like a Hulk Hogan imitator? I'd be mad as shit. That's my dog voice. Get me a steak, brother. But nah, man. Me and Tone was we gonna wrap this shit up, man. We gonna give the spiel to PlayStation, Sony. We gonna get a spiel to fucking Xbox, Microsoft. We gonna let these niggas know how to save game in the next few years. Tone, go ahead, take it away, man.
Man, in the wake of all this renaissance with all these weak ass reboots, what these motherfuckers really need to do is dig deep into their legacy and history bag. You feel me?
That's all
and
you gotta do.
if they really want to do it, actually put in the time to actually make either a
Hold on.
remake classic.
What you say? What's that word? Start with a T?
What time?
Yeah,
Time Time.
How you spell that?
Time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Time.
Niggas don't want to do that no
If
more,
you
huh?
want to be tricky, Tyme.
They ain't
feel
doing
me?
that no more, nah. They turn them bitches over in a month.
What, nigga? Like,
Drop the game with a DLC, all of that shit. They don't give a fuck about that shit. They don't care about us. Mike was trying to tell us all along, yo.
Oh man, what?
They don't really care about us.
Man, we got niggas like Fortnite out here actually fighting a good fight for niggas
You
when
feel
it comes
me?
to shit. You feel me?
DLC
Versus
subscription.
Microsoft and all these niggas.
Like niggas is.
It's wild, bro.
I think what they need to do, honestly, yo, is take a page from something like a PlayStation 2, where you just throw in so many different titles. Like, if you sit down and look at the PlayStation 2's library, it has the highest Metacritic game score for its catalog. So that means out of all, I forgot how many, 8,000, 4,000, how many fucking games on the PlayStation 2? That means a decent bulk of them were 10 out of 10, 9 out of, whatever, 8 out of 10. Like that. So your focus on it has to be the games.
For sure.
The games.
sure. I mean, that's the prime. I mean, you'll think like that will be the prime objective of having a gaming console.
Yeah, but
You know?
I don't think they know what these games did, yo. Like, I remember sitting in the fucking living room playing GoldenEye. I remember sitting in the fucking living room playing San Andreas. That's not just a system thing. That's the game itself.
Yeah, that is true. That is.
It's like
true.
you don't care. Like, you can, if you had a PlayStation 2 and you walk past and somebody had a save pause Vice City or some shit, you'll pick the controller up, start playing. Like, you wouldn't even give a fuck. You're not paying attention to the graphics, none of that. You just know how good the game
Yeah,
is.
at that time it wasn't even thinking about consoles.
I'm
It was
saying
console
right
nigga
now.
had, you feel me? No, I feel you. Oh damn. Okay, right now. All right, back.
Like, so it just transitioned all of that bullshit, and you can't compare that nostalgia to shit. Like, that's why we get hyped. I'm not saying that they need to kill the nostalgia thing, but they definitely have to get back into that bag. And I'm more so specifically leaning on Microsoft, who has all the titles and shit like that, to get in that legacy bag, to bring in some shit from that original. Like, Mech Assault would be good right now. Ain't nobody doing
Oh my
nothing
god,
like that.
we need a good mech game. Like, and we seen how niggas was all for Titanfall when it came to a mech assault type game. You feel me?
So you know the audience is there. Niggas love Gundam and all that stuff.
Ah, fuck. If we could get another Gundam fighting arena game, this should be lit.
Niggas
That
don't
shit would be
take
lit.
chances. Like it's
They
like you
don't.
can't take a chance now because the
And I'm
ridicule. I
sad
get
at
it.
Bandai and Namco for that, actually. You feel me? They actually haven't delivered on that.
And it makes me feel like an old fart or old ass nigga or some shit. Cause like I remember games being better, but were they? Am I tripping?
No.
So I'm not tripping. Games were better, right? Yeah.
No. Games were better back then.
Because we got all our online play and all our jazz now.
You want to know how you can actually say games were better back then? Even though back then it was limited online play when it came to the Xbox and PlayStation 2. You want to know how we can say that? A game that was called SOCOM Navy SEALs. When SOCOM Navy SEALs dropped in 2000, it was already one of the first games that already implemented online. Niggas was playing the Navy SEAL franchises throughout 2000 to 2007 until niggas got PlayStation 3s. And then that's when the new SOCOM dropped. And then inside that system itself, it just sucked. You feel me? Because they rushed that product.
You know what I thought was the stupidest thing Microsoft did?
What's that?
To touch on what you're talking about, in a sense. You remember when Halo 2, we were in high school. They, for some reason, they shut off the Halo 2 servers. Now, I know why, and you know why.
Yeah.
But they shut the Halo 2 servers off, and I'm like, yo, if you got niggas still playing this game from way back when online to the, like, you know what I mean? Like, up until that point where you have to cut the servers off and there's still people there playing and they're mad that you're cutting the server. Why would you cut off an audience like that? How stupid are you? For what? It doesn't cost you a thing. It's just a server running in the background.
Pretty much.
Like, it doesn't take them shit to run Halo 2, but you know they did it because they wanted people to go and buy the Xbox 360 and people to buy Halo 3.
Yeah.
So if you're doing that in that generation and all that shit, it's just crazy, man. Because it's like, it's just they so off track. Like, just let niggas do what they do inside their gaming space and just provide them with games. That's all you need to do. You don't need to try to build some shit. Let it build itself. And Xbox built itself as a hardcore community of gamers and shit like that. And then with the TV shit, them trying to compete with Apple, we kind of got away from that.
It just fucked the whole market up.
There's no reason your new console should be launching. Like, is it me? Like, I'm not getting that new console nostalgia I got from the previous generations.
No, like to be honest, bro. Like, and it's not even due to the fault that E3 is not even coming out anymore.
I think we might have speculated, but it's not that. No.
Yeah, it's not. It's to the simple fact, like, when we actually look down at it, the disappointment that comes with these consoles and when it comes with games. You feel me? Even though we can harken back and say, yeah, PlayStation got games, but at the same time, a lot of these games are not polished. A lot of these games are not finished. And then it goes into, and then a lot of the games just be half-assed when it comes to PlayStation.
It seems like it's rushed out. Like, don't sell me a game with DLC.
Niggas waited 8 years. We waited 8 years for Last of Us, and we got that piece of shit. You feel me? Like 8 years, and we got a subpar story.
The GTA creeping in there now.
Yeah, same mechanics when it came to the motherfucking story of the first one and other previous shits. Like, yo, it's just, when it comes to shit, these niggas, I really feel as though, like, these motherfuckers really don't play games. When they talk about innovation, they really don't know what innovation means. Like, I really feel as though the smartest people in that room are really the dumbest people in that room when it comes to their own product.
And that could be a fact for a lot of shit. But I think the whole gaming landscape right now is a little bit, it's so mainstream now, but like for people that grew up on the other shit, it just seems off for some reason. Like, we should be enjoying the richest time of our lives playing on these consoles, and like they just don't feel that great. Like, I don't know what it is. Then you gotta also talk about the mid console refresh. Like, what the fuck was that? I understand, like you know what I mean. Like they sold us a console, and then we had to buy a whole nother console that was better.
Yeah, it's.
Are we gonna see that going through the future and all this other shit? What is that about?
Of course.
How is that gonna work? I think it's so solely focused on microtransactions and DLCs and what else they can sell you after they give you the product. I go to a word that I just heard somebody using recently was they pillage. You already got me for the $60. Now you trying to raise it to $70. You already got me at the initial installment fee. I get that. Now you trying to hit me off with, oh, you need this, you need that, you need that.
You need a subscription fee.
Yeah, it's like I'll take a game like the Madden Ultimate Team shit. It's like you can try to grind and get good cards on that game, but you will not get anywhere. You have to buy the cards to get better cards and all stuff to be competitive. You will not grind and get there. They slowed the grind process down on 2K. They slowed the grind process down on GTA.
Yeah. If you're a casual average Joe fan,
how the fuck is you? Oh, you ain't got no money.
How the fuck?
Like imagine you barely got your system and all that shit.
With niggas that play that shit on a daily basis,
and nigga that got a job and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, it's not their fault they doing it, but it's like it's just ruining what gaming is for.
In a way, it is their fault. Yeah, I'm here to actually put
blame where it needs to go.
Responsibility.
Okay,
yeah,
I'm listening.
Because we're actually allowing this shit, and we've been keeping allowing this shit. And the thing of it is,
it's not that we're allowing it because we ain't got the space yet. Niggas like us don't allow it.
I mean, yeah, we not allowing it, us personally, but when it comes to a whole, you feel me?
Oh, okay.
When they look at the numbers, you feel me? Ain't nothing stopping these niggas from looking at the numbers and saying, well, shit, people are buying fucking VC and 2K, you feel me?
For sure.
So it's more reason for us to just say, you know what, fuck this skill cap, you feel me? We just gonna actually just put more emphasis on motherfucking VC. We gonna put more emphasis on you need VC to buy clothes, to level your nigga up.
To get a
Same
bike,
thing with Grand Theft Auto, like you said.
Man, everything, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that puts it puts kids, not kids, I won't say kids, it puts people who can't afford it. Everybody's susceptible to it. Where it's like, I don't want to get into a space where you can't compete unless you got a wallet, yo.
Yeah. I mean, well, that's why they come out with certain price gaps, you feel me? $5 bull shark card, $10 baller card, $20 this card, you feel me?
Yeah, what the fuck is you getting on GTA with $1 million, yo? What are you getting for $8 million but a headache?
My nigga, not even that. For, what was it? I think $28 million, or was it $82 million? You really got to spend $100. You really got to break out of your own pockets just for 100. Yeah, just for like $82 million in GTA currency.
It's more than 100 because I think the shark card is like 80. And that's 8 million, I think.
It's fucking bonkers, yo.
Like, so and what you talking
about? Vehicles in GTA cost way more than a fucking grip than you can afford just off breaking 80 on that bitch.
I sat down and I watched a little YouTube video that this dude created. I wish I remembered his name so I could shout him out. But he really sat down and he showed every single way in which Take-Two Rockstar took the time out to nerf some emissions and all this other shit to make it harder for you to get money. Mm-hmm. Like the Kuma, one of the vehicles you get for a heist is no longer available for a particular heist because they found it made the heist easier and people were inclined to redo it. Like, what type of shit is that? And then you got niggas like 2K who say like, hey, man, yeah, we going to have microtransactions forever. So it ain't getting better. Like, it's not like it's going away anytime soon. The only speculation is that it has to get worse.
The consumer has to stop in itself.
Could we possibly see, and this is no bullshit, this is just me on some wild shit. Niggas just rolling, we smoking. Could we possibly see free-to-play games, but advertisements that might roll across your screen mid-play, or they play advertisements during breaks?
You see them now.
I mean, directly on your screen, though, yo. Like, can you imagine playing, like, a Call of Duty, and it's like, they show the end of the game, and then, hey, you should try a Coca-Cola drinking, da-da-da. Like, can you imagine that?
Yeah.
And you now you got to pay a subscription to block the ads on the game. Oh, my God. I hope it don't get there. I hope it don't get there.
It might.
And we have to place the blame solely on fucking cell phone games. That's where it all comes from. All this microtransaction bullshit is cell phone games and free-to-play shit.
But I ain't gonna lie, they kind of experimented during the 360 days with EA when it came to shit like Battlefield.
Battlefield was different though, yo, because you felt like you was doing something when you bought your own server or some shit. You feel me? I wasn't mad at that.
Not servers.
Oh, you mean
I'm talking about the battle passes.
Oh
yeah. Back when you actually had to get the assault kit.
EA is actually one of the worst people for that. Do you remember the Star Wars game they put out?
Mm-hmm. Well, EA is in the forefront of that shit. I remember back then, China actually put a lawsuit on EA. Yep. Yeah, because of shit like that, because of microtransactions and all that shit. They consider that shit gambling. for certain games and shit like that.
And they're assessing it over here.
Yeah.
And the fucked up part about it is you got innocent kids, this is where we will talk about the kids, that'll do something like, even with the streaming shit, like that is a kid that just donated $20,000 to some streamer using his mom's credit card or debit card. And then, like, what do you do with that? Like, how does that person go about getting their money back? I'll talk about a story early on. I don't know if you guys, listeners, I don't know if you know this dude, Tone, but it's a guy that used to be called Woody's Gamer Tag. Mm-hmm. He actually found himself in a similar situation where a kid was playing on his Minecraft server and ended up spending a bunch of money that he didn't have. And the parents actually like declined the charges and all this other shit. And then he went to the people and was like, nah, man, these charges were legit and all this other shit. So they reached out like, listen, man, he's 8 years old. He didn't know better. Is there any way you can just drop this shit? He was like, nah, fuck y'all. I'm putting heads on the stick. Like, and just,
oh, shit.
Like, this is a fucking kid that he's talking about pressing legal issues and charges against and shit. And it's not like he didn't have the money. So that just shows you how nasty it can get. And I don't want it to get there with all the microtransaction and donations and all that shit that's going on. Like, once money start rolling in for some reason, shit get muddy.
Oh, yeah.
Once they find out they can milk you, they just start milking you like crazy.
You see a motherfucker's true mindset.
Yeah, it's like
money just amplifies whatever a motherfucker is thinking. You feel me?
And that's what I'm scared for this fucking Game Pass subscription shit. Whenever a nigga try to charge you a monthly subscription or something, it's always a downside to it. Like, you pay for Netflix, but how much do you use Netflix sometimes?
To be honest,
you probably sometimes you go weeks without using Netflix.
In 2020, I literally counted down how many times I used Netflix. And it's literally only 28 times.
I haven't watched a movie on Netflix since. I haven't watched anything on that. Nah,
and that was to watch Tiger King.
Oh, yeah. See, I was watching, there's a couple just you had to catch. Yeah, you gotta catch them joints. But I think
you got female over and shit. You feel me? Nice little Netflix throwing the ambiance and shit. But other than that, I just used the shit like literally 28 times.
But I think what they can do is a good measure of faith moving forward is to do like that shit that they talking about where they putting some type of restrictions. I apologize. Put some type of restrictions on the shit so that niggas can't go crazy. These companies cannot go crazy with these microtransactions. Like, cause I can see it getting really fucking bad, yo. Like, I can see you having to buy a story mode and a multiplayer to the same game that you would pay $60 for. I can see that coming.
You know, Call of Duty was actually thinking about just actually cutting story mode out and just giving niggas a straight multiplayer.
That's fine.
That's why this whole Warzone shit was actually.
That's fine. Don't charge me $60. That's fine. Don't charge me $60 though, right? Because if you cutting something out the game,
40 or 30.
That's what I'm saying. But they're not, and that's the thing. That's the type of bullshit we about to see.
Shit is digital fucking transaction nowadays too, so it's no physical copy to you. Even paid the full price for that bitch. You feel me?
But even to go right back to the Activision Call of Duty shit, the bullshit they did with Modern Warfare 2. They dropped the fucking story mode and then they're gonna drop the multiplayer, but you have to buy them separately.
Yeah.
They could have just dropped the game, right? HD remake.
Yeah, I mean, shit, to be honest. Or you could have been a real nigga and kept your Modern Warfare 2 copy. You feel me?
There's always that. Can you play with the, because they did remake it in HD, right?
Yeah, they made it.
Can you play, is it the same service for both? Can you play with,
I have no clue.
Oh, okay.
I have no clue.
I know you can still play the original one, though. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
I just want to, like, yeah, it would be dope if you could play, but I don't think they would do that because I think the maps might be a tad bit more spacious or some shit.
Yeah, you know they gonna have to tweak some shit.
Even with that, like, I'm thinking about that and inside of how, like, Microsoft is going to do the cross-gen compatibility where we going to be playing with Xbox One X niggas and shit.
Yeah, you know they gonna have to charge motherfucking the Xbox One niggas just to actually play with the Xbox Series X niggas.
Something gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, if the price is still not being negotiated and all that shit and actually being put out on the table, it's only a matter of time.
I don't like it's fucking September, yo. and we don't got a price on the console still. What the fuck is going on? And then reports just coming out that the PS5 might be limited. Like, it ain't gonna be as many consoles as they thought they was gonna be to ship due to COVID. Like niggas said, fucking the 5th episode on this podcast.
Yeah.
PlayStation pandemic. Go back and listen. But it's like, yeah, like, if niggas already knew all this shit was gonna be a factor, why didn't they just delay the fucking consoles like niggas was saying? If you can't get fucking Halo out, just push it back a couple months to 2021, right?
Money hungry and beating that chest.
It doesn't seem like they have the shit together in Microsoft camp. I haven't really been looking at PlayStation right now. I know they've been getting some big wins, but
think about it like this: it's good for marketing to always show a face of that you're still moving forward. Like, think about it. Like, as soon as 2020 dropped, everybody already know. All right, now we're in the season of the console wars. What's about to come out? What's all the information? Phil Spencer himself was beating his chest, talking about how the Xbox is this and how the Xbox is that, how the Xbox is the superior console. We're just going to use him as a prime example for a minute, right?
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the whole test of time, as we've been seeing, even Sony hasn't been impressing niggas and shit. But the thing of it is like, when it comes down to it, it's just, well, shit, I don't even know any Sony executives by name and shit like that.
They didn't cite, they didn't refresh them. Same
thing
with Microsoft.
It's just weird, yo. Like, just all these niggas just bullshit, yo. Like,
yeah, to get right back games. To you, fucking Phil Spencer
these niggas actually sit down and actually look at shit. Like, yo, like these niggas just really is just bullshitting us. Because when it comes down to it, what can you say if the whole community is screaming, we want new IPs?
No, not even that. We want Legacy X. To go back to what we said at the top of the show.
We want Legacy X and we want new IPs. We want shit done right. You feel me? The nigga is beating his chest talking about, all right, Sony got this, but we're actually delivering what you niggas are asking for. And then when we finally get it, the console doesn't work. Well, they're having issues with the consoles. Niggas not talking about the prices. One of that Legacy main child X is getting pushed back. All types of shit. You feel me?
And it's like, niggas definitely said, oh, they're going to drop a event every month leading into the release of it. And then they reeled that back slowly. And now they talking about, like, it's been real quiet on that
in August.
Yeah. And it's like all this shit is getting leaked. Like, niggas already know that they coming with a Lockhart console. Just put this shit. Niggas, everybody knows that there's another console. Just say it's another console so we can get a fucking release date and a price. And then I'm hearing that the fucking price point might be fucking $600 or some shit like that. I'm like, there's no way that you can try to sell $600 fucking dollars with a fucking box that has games that you already have on your X and a bunch of Game Pass games that you can play on your PC and your X already. Why am I giving you $600?
Cut the price by 50.
I don't think they can though.
They'll cut the
they
price
might be 500, 550, something like that. 500. 500
yeah, they're gonna have to cut it to 550 or something if they smart. Cause you know when niggas hear that $50 cut, well shit, I can just get this for $50 less. You feel me? And I get more. That shit, wow. Fuck am I paying for a computer for when I already got one in my living room? You feel me? It's shit like that.
But you can get a high-end PC in that price range. You throw a couple more hundred on top of it, you can get something real crazy.
And that PC will last you for the next 10 to 15 years.
And make you money.
I know niggas that got their gaming PCs back in 08, my nigga, and still eating.
Yeah, you can always just upgrade it. Yeah, you can always upgrade your shit.
Yeah, just upgrade and update that shit every 2 or 3 years. New frame rate cards and all that shit. Graphics cards. That's all the fuck you need for a PC.
RAM, CPU upgrades. You can change your motherboard
out.
You can do all types of shit.
As a community, if we don't speak up or if we don't actually take measures as a whole, if majority of motherfuckers are saying, yo, this shit is already on the game, why isn't this shit already, you feel me, accessible to niggas? But yet you got pre-order and put an extra $10 down on some shit, or you just got outright pay $20 when this shit dropped just for this shit.
Yeah, it's like,
why is it?
I was mad about the Tony. I had to pre-order Tony Hawk to play the fucking demo. Like, what the fuck is that? Just let me play the demo and see what the game's about. Nigga, you don't have faith in the game?
You got pre-order Call of Duty just to play the fucking beta for that shit.
I know why they do it. They want to have like an initial sales point and shit like that. I get it, but you still should drop the
But yo, you don't got to
beta and
put
all that shit to the
$60
masses.
down for that bitch. You feel me? Pre-order this shit for $5 and you get the beta code access. You technically thinking at that point, all right, I'm paying for the beta code.
Hey, yeah, you right. That is what it feel like. Or you doing something
point,
to get the beta
you paying
code.
$60 for a fucking beta.
Yeah, whatever.
And
you
then the
put down,
beta
yeah.
is gonna be for like a whole week. And you know how forgetful a lot of niggas is. They gonna forget about that whole subscription shit.
Everybody be forgetting about the subscription shit till it come out.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
niggas out here still paying that fucking $12 a month to HBO Go, even though power over.
Oh, now you had me thinking like, am I paying for that? You mean stars? But yeah.
Yes, that was my bad.
I'm sitting there like, do I still pay? No, I got rid of all my cable. Yeah, I ain't gotta worry about that shit. I told them come get that. Yeah, but yeah, and like I don't want to see that same type of and the shit that's also crazy. Everybody's coming up with a subscription shit, and Microsoft is getting to that race now.
Mm-hmm.
And granted,
fancy.
I mean, granted, they are at the top of it right now, and I understand like the what they trying to deliver, but Microsoft ain't really been good on delivering shit. Like I'm still waiting for the HoloLens. Where the fuck is the HoloLens at? PlayStation still got their VR. We ain't got shit over here. I like VR games. I want to play a motherfucking VR game. Like what the fuck? Where we at with it?
You'll get the HoloLens like 3 years into the Series X.
You told me that Crackdown was gonna be powered by the cloud and it was gonna recreate itself and niggas was gonna be doing all that shit and it didn't. So now you sitting there like we supposed to stand on your promises and shit like that. Y'all niggas didn't deliver any games this entire generation really. And now you telling me we gonna build a whole subscription based community for games with no games? Yeah, like that's hard to believe. I don't understand like how niggas can't just fathom that they're getting away from a base. And like these companies like they just don't. Their arrogance is just ridiculous, yo. It's like they feel like they listening to the gamers because the whole PS4 was more powerful than the Xbox. Was that what it is? That they started focusing on just being a stronger console? Like they really zeroed in on trying to be a stronger console when everybody was talking about frame rate and fucking visuals and shit like that. Remember that whole fight?
See, but when it comes down to it, niggas don't give a fuck about graphics and niggas don't give a fuck about frame rate. Because all of these niggas that be beating their chest talking all this shit will still play a fucking game that came out 10 years ago.
You had a nigga Game Boy, yo.
Yeah, or exactly. Prime fucking example. Niggas will still be playing 2D type shits. You feel me?
Yeah.
And it's just to the point. It's just like, yo, like, at some point, the consumer itself has to learn when to shut the fuck up and actually when to actually vocalize the shit. You feel me? Because when it comes to certain shit, it just ruins the product of the game when the niggas actually vocalize shit. And when niggas actually do shit, it actually fucks up the game itself. You feel me? So it's kind of, I don't know, yo. I think it all really just depends on the consumer itself, yo.
It's what we allow, like yo. Yeah, it's what we allow.
It's like whoever came out with No Man's Sky. You feel me? No Man's Sky was a Sony exclusive. So No Man's Sky promised an endless world and countless fucking galaxies and planets that you can fucking visit. You feel me? And explore and shit like that. When in all actuality, it was just a copy and paste of the same planet with just different textures. You feel me?
Right.
So in a sense, what the community did was back when GameStop was still around. A lot of these niggas
GameStop's still around, yo.
I mean, shit, due to COVID, it's a GameStop closing every 2 to 3 days, yo.
Damn, poor GameStop.
Damn. But shit, like, but back then the community, they really just took the game back. They saw all the retail sales of actually all the returns and shit. You feel me? And not only that, they saw a deadness in the servers itself. People literally stopped playing that game. It became a dead game.
Was it free? I think they did make it free to play now. Some shit.
Yeah, they made it free to play, and they also made that shit available on Xbox after it was a Sony exclusive.
Well, it was always a timed exclusive, I believe, coming out the PC. So it was never really an exclusive. Like, I think it was already slated for the PC and PlayStation, but you know how, and that's another thing. This timed exclusive bullshit, all of this shit. Like, you getting content that's only been on one console. Niggas is outraged about that Spider-Man shit. Like, that's a real reason to be upset. Like, but I understand it. But yeah, niggas is mad. Like, come on, yo. Like, that's ridiculous. But, you know, they got to move units, yo. You got to do what you can. But I think the whole thing can be fixed in one simple way. And that is, if they slow down, almost come to a halt. Like, maybe it shouldn't be no DLC, none of that shit, for at least a year. They should have everything they got packed into the game for that year. Like, I don't want to see a month later you showing me some shit.
First 6 months.
First 6 months feels too quick for me, yo. I guess you're right. We don't play games like we used to. Like, back in the day, you could play a game for about fucking 5 months or some shit like that. Now, you definitely do the content a little sooner. So I get it. And you are trying to keep niggas on there, but they just gotta slow down with the small microtransactions, or
do
the camos, and
a lot of games do when it comes to seasons. You feel me? You see, like how Call of Duty is implementing with the season mode. You feel me? The battle pass and shit. Give you incentive to hop back on that shit while the shit is still free. You feel me?
Yeah.
And these are new codes that are being written into the game as the game go along. But yet, Call of Duty still have certain shit that's inside the damn access and blueprint forms that been inside the game since the game launched that niggas still haven't got. You feel me? It's a lot of weapons that they just spoon feeding niggas with when it comes to the season. And I think that's fucking smart.
On the business side, yeah, but for consumers, that's kind of sucks a little bit.
But consumers, it's smart too, because you don't got to pay for the weapon. I mean, you paying for some weapons that's not on the blueprint forms and shit. But the weapons that you could just unlock just off of just doing missions and shit in the game itself is free. You feel me?
Right, that's what you're saying. I don't know, man. I don't like with this next coming generation, it's a lot that niggas need to assess on how to go into it. Like, I feel like that nostalgia is getting further and further and further and further away from that shit, yo. Like, just that would have meant to be a gamer back then. And how your skills were important and all of that shit. And it still is, but it's just like all of the games feel the same. All the games try to copy off each other. So it's like there's no diversity in the different communities on the console sometimes. So that just doesn't lead to as rich of a community, you know what I mean?
For sure.
And the community is what you need to kind of thrive to stay relevant. And we get into there. Go ahead and close this out, Tom.
Man, just game developers in a whole, and just the motherfuckers that's in charge of all this shit, you feel me? Sony, Microsoft, all these niggas, we just actually have to come together as a whole, my nigga. Nothing gets done without the fucking community, you feel me? And we actually got to put our foot down. Say fuck these niggas, yo, and just, yeah, yo, and we'll be fine. Nothing gets done without a community.
Right. But we do got some goodies for you guys. I ain't mean to be all out like that. We got our first little taste of tuning exams. Tone got some good shit to give away for niggas. Go ahead and let niggas know what you giving niggas for tuning in and being a part of the Discord community, all that good shit.
But for right now, I'm only spoon feeding the Xbox niggas, PlayStation niggas, your time will come. PC niggas, your time will come. But for Xbox niggas, if you want to know what this Game Pass life is about, I'm doing a 14-day free trial. You feel me? Doing access codes. You feel me? We actually giving back to the community this early. You feel me? Who else does it but us?
And so, and for the PlayStation niggas, the PC niggas, and all that other shit, this right here for y'all. If you have listened to the last two episodes, Gaming Saved My Life and Where Hip Hop Went Wrong, I'm sorry, you may have heard an obsessive amount of lighter flicks. It's all on purpose. If you go back and count every lighter flick, and you're the first person to drop in the comment section or in the Discord servers down below, it'll be in the comment section for YouTube and all that stuff where you can go into it. But the first person to drop the correct number of lighter flicks for those two episodes combined will win an instant cash prize on either PayPal or Cash App. So you want to be in tune in the community and on YouTube to find out that cash prize and all that good stuff. It will be instantaneous. Like I said, we'll announce probably later on the afterthoughts who won that and everything like that. But if you're hearing this right now, that means those other 2 episodes are live. Go back and listen to them, count the lighters, see how much drop in the Discord or the YouTube comedy community. I'm tongue-tied. I'm about to get out of here. But drop down there which number you think was correct, and you will receive a cash prize. Just hit us up, and we're going to get that to you.
My niggas.
And we out. Peace, love, all that good shit.
Happiness.